What's up? What's up? What's up? Markets, is that 95K I see? Man, I'm coming to you live today from Las Vegas. A little bit different setup. Let me know in chat if the microphone sounds okay. I'm using my AirPods. If it does not sound good, I'll switch over to my MacBook microphone, internal microphone. But hey, we got a lot of things we got to look at today. A lot of things, and it is feeling so damn good coming into this holiday season, seeing the market do what it is doing right now. This feels so good. The markets look so good. We are primed for absolutely life-changing vibes. Man, I'm feeling so good about this, everybody. How's everybody feeling? Let's get a little bit of a roll call. Got Bad Fox in here. Tater said she got her shirt. K-Jam, how you doing? James Kralovets. Who else we got in the room right now? Iski Street Sweeping, One House Productions. Shout out to everybody that is in the room. Go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and ding the bell. Show some love. We got some charts we're going to be breaking down today. We got a lot of incredible things we're going to be looking at. So if you are feeling good, throw a one in chat. Let me know that you are alive and you are participating here. We're going to be diving in here. You know what? This is one of those days that this song is going to be so persistently incredible over this next couple months. And that is our song from our boy Corey Wrights. Let's dive in. We're going to be getting into this TA, charts, signals, and more. So stick around. Let's get into it.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin to flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish shelter. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards when it comes to gas. Our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin pumping, altcoins pumping. I've been prepared for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We are hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pumping. I've been prepared for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me
quality.
nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Prepared for this.
Guys, I am just giddy on the inside with what's happening with these markets. We've been waiting on it. We've been looking forward to it. We're doing this together. This is a community. As Tater said, throw something in the live chat right now. What are you grateful for? Let's dive into these markets. Shout out to everybody here. Let's go. What's up, friends? What's up, family? Coming to you live. A little basic setup here. I'm in Las Vegas, but we got the markets. I forgot to bring my little switcher, so I'm switching it all right here by hand on the screen over here. But we got to look at what is happening right now. The prices, I mean, look at this. It was pushing up. If we put our mouse over these different candles, let's look up here. OHLC, open, high, low, close. That high on that candle was 94,860. The next candle, 94,876, breaking to new all-time highs again on a daily basis. Man, I am feeling good, everybody. This is so good. Peter John Lurham, how you doing? Chris Pfaff, how you doing? Bad Fox, James Kralovets. I think you said I got that nailed the pronunciation. Shout out to you, everybody. I hope let me know if the audio, visual, everything sounds and looks good, because I'm coming from a very basic setup today, but I had to make sure that I was streaming for you guys while I'm here in Vegas. I am going to be DJing at Mike Tyson's house tomorrow. For those of you that don't know, I DJ'd professionally for the better part of 15 plus years. And the crypto world is kind of starting to suck me back into the crypto, into the DJ stuff. So I'm not mad at that. There's a crypto event here in Vegas tomorrow, along with the Formula One, and I'll be DJing that event over at Mike Tyson's house, and some of the guys from Pink Floyd are going to be there. I will definitely get some content of that. But we got to talk about what's going on here. Bitcoin, look at this, just looking beautiful, breaking up out of this 7 month. We know that this is happening, but it just doesn't feel real. And do we have signs? Do we have signals? Do we have signs and signals that we are going to be getting a doubling in Bitcoin, a doubling in crypto here, maybe in the matter of a month, December 20th? What is that signal? Why would that be? What are we talk? What are we going to do about that? I hope you're all. I mean, guys, I am so beside myself with this market right now because I've been in this market for 3 cycles now, and to see the price flirting with $100,000 realistically, not like, whoa, when we're down at 20,000. No, this is within one daily candle of just smashing through that level. Do you think, I want to see every single one of you right now, do you think we're going to have $100,000 before Christmas? Throw a 1 in chat if yes, throw a 2 in chat if no. Throw a 3 in chat if all you're looking for is to figure out the best restaurant for nachos and you could give a shit, which I don't think is going to be any of you because you are here on a daily basis. We want to basically change our lives, change our families' lives, change our future by getting involved with these markets in the right way. But we got some things we got to go over today. And again, I apologize for if the screen switching is a little clunky. I have to do it with my mouse on the screen over here. I did not bring my switcher. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into what is going on today, everybody. Look at this up here. I actually think this is higher. I got up to like 3.2 earlier. $3.11 trillion total market cap. This is just, oh my God. I can't wait to see this at 6, at 9, at $12 trillion, which believe me, we will get to at some point in the very near future. So again, I hope the audio and visual is all good. This is just my webcam from my MacBook here and my AirPod microphone. So hopefully it doesn't sound too boomy. But you know what? Renegade Designer says nachos. That's right. I want to see a roll call right now. Roll call. And the way we're doing roll call today, I want you to type in one word, something you're grateful for. Let's start. Let's not get so blinded by the dollar signs that we could make, what we could earn, what we could lose. What are you grateful for? Let's get our operating system on track so that we can approach this market with the right frame of mind. And with that being said, I'm wondering if it's 100K, then shift to alts, says James Kralovets. Let's go get that on there right there. I don't know why that is so big, but let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Boom. You know what? That could be the case. I think we're going to need to get that signal of the momentum coming into Bitcoin and some consistent push to the upside. And then I think the alts will start to run significantly. And you guys know I've been stacking into my the altcoin portfolio I've been sharing with you all since the beginning of the year. And I expect this to be somewhere on the low side. I'd say 400 to 500. On the high side, somewhere in the 700 to a million, 700K to a million, sometime into next year. Now it's going to all depend on how we navigate what goes on in this market, how we can identify where cycle tops are, how we can identify hedging ourselves, and also taking some profits off the table. Because what the hell is it? What are we doing this for? If this gets up to $1 million portfolio and then it crashes all the way back down to this level, that is it. Why? We're not here to round trip. We're here to make some money. So let's make sure that we can do that. Let's dive into the things we want to talk about today, starting with right here. Cynthia Loomis, if only there was a way to dig our nation out of debt while ensuring the strength of the US dollar. Oh, wait. Bitcoin Act. We have US senators, we have governments, we have nation states. This is on the forefront of everybody's talking points right now about what is your Bitcoin strategy and how can you also tackle the runaway spiral that is the fiat Ponzi scheme. We can see Miss Teen Crypto here, Randy, says Bitcoin will save America. Noah from Whalecoin Talk, a friend of mine as well, listen to this legend. Guys, this is so exciting what's going on here. And then what do we see yesterday? Why did the markets pump? Did it just pump in a vacuum? No. We see growing bullish fundamental support for what the outlook is into the future. And this is where everybody, let me come over here and go full screen. This is where, when we're talking about a potential doubling of Bitcoin price, doubling, we're at about, let's just call it 90 even, doubling to $180,000 before Christmas. Is that even possible? Well, let's look at the data and what people are, the way they're betting with their dollars, the types of trades they're making, and especially this fundamental support that is just giving more and more capital channels and mechanisms to navigate this market. When we're talking about that, it's this right here. And just like that, I said this yesterday, a new star is born. ETF options, day one, they project a likelihood of 114. This has actually gone up since then at the close of the day, by December 20th. Are you strapped in yet? Now, why is that? Because IBIT options, basically options on the ETF. And remember, the ETFs are a proxy of Bitcoin. If you're expecting the IBIT Bitcoin a Bitcoin spot ETF, the IBIT, which is a Bitcoin spot ETF, to double in price, that would also be representative of having the same impact on Bitcoin. IBIT options day one so far, the December 20th, 2024 expiry is seeing the highest volume in 65 strike calls. Now, we have some data on this, and this is where it gets interesting. Right here from James Seifert, he says, and this is roughly about what the price is, $52. There are 31,885 contracts. There was at least at some point yesterday with the strike price of $100. That's nearly double this price. So these people are betting a bit of a lottery ticket, if you ask me, but betting that by December 20th, we're going to have $100 IBIT price. In order to get there, you'd also have to see the equivalent buying pressure of the underlying asset for that Bitcoin spot ETF, which is Bitcoin. This is saying there's all these people suggesting, I mean, like, that's a pretty substantial number. Do you think we're going to get to 180 by Christmas? I don't think we're going to get to 180 by Christmas, 180K, but somewhere north of, I do think somewhere in the 110 to 130 range is very, very doable. And we can see that even right here with $65 IBIT, this would be representative of getting up into that range. This is more exciting than you know. And this is not the average retail trader investor that's out there just, just buying and trading. Oh, I like this coin. It's a cool dog, a unit buy. No, these are more institutional focused people that understand how to navigate these markets, and a lot of major players that some are saying, could we get up there? Think about it. We have $200,000 Bitcoin purchase on the horizon per year for 5 years from the US, which is likely going to kick off an arms race to stack Bitcoin in nation states. And then we have the institutional race happening with Microsoft having their shareholder vote. I think it's December 10th on whether or not they're going to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. That's going to start the arms race for all these Mag 7 companies like Apple and Meta and Nvidia and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of things on the horizon. And this is not to mention the $42 billion buy over 3 years for MicroStrategy, which we outlined yesterday. More likely than not, they are also aware of all these bullish things that you and I are looking at, but they're looking at, okay, how do we make sure that we can get as much deployed into the market before this nation state arms race and then before this corporate arms race to stack Bitcoin and the price runs away? It's very likely, Plan C outlined this yesterday, that we get that entire 42 billion deployed into the market by the end of 2025. So we are in for a doozy of a year. Yeah, KJM says December 10th, Microsoft, and now we got some more on that, which we're going to get into a little bit. And don't worry, everybody, we're going to be diving in here in about 15, 20 minutes, looking at some levels here on the charts where this potential breakout could be taking us, not only on Bitcoin, but on Ethereum, on Link, on ONDO, XRP making some moves. Nice bull flag here. Look at this, holding above $1. I feel like we've gone back in time a couple of years, and we're getting that bullishness coming back into XRP. Cardano also making waves to the upside. Avalanche still holding steady. Solana sitting right here, having a little bit of consolidation, but that's okay. This has been one of the better performers in the last year and a half. We got near also holding steady in the zone. Is this the washout coming back up? Is this ready to sort of hold here and continue up? We're going to talk about that. Tau also, look at this. We talked about this potential breakdown, washout, come up and then actually launch, or is this going to break down? Render also looking incredibly strong, and we have those Nvidia earnings coming out, so this is likely going to have a pretty big impact on price. And we've got I mean, we're going to talk about so much today, everybody. So shout out to each and every one of you. And again, make sure you hit that like button. You hit this. I'm in the room right now with one of my buddies who's working back there, and he laughed at when I was here last. He said, I'm just going to be dreaming about hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and dinging that bell. Now, while you are here, make sure you, before we continue on, we're going to be piling in a bunch of data here, but make sure you head over here to my at Kelly Kellum Twitter page. Give me a follow, and also at Academy BitLab. But hit that retweet, hit that like button. We did a couple giveaways already this week. We're doing another giveaway Monday next week, and got a great guest coming on tomorrow's live show. So make sure you are tuned in for that. If you're watching on Twitter, welcome to the family. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the family. Now let's continue on. So we talked about the strike prices. Again, MicroStrategy raises another 1.75 billion in convertible notes to buy more Bitcoin. Dog Michael Saylor just bought 70,000 Bitcoin over the last 2 weeks. Now he just raised another $2 billion. This is going to be the persistent story, not only with MicroStrategy, but we're going to start seeing this pour over and into so many other different corporations, and having this MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor playbook of raising money to deploy into Bitcoin. Bitcoin reserves is the name of the game. Whether it's yours, nation states, or corporations, this is what we're in for. And if you're here before all of this, and congratulations, because you are on the right track, baby. And then we see iBet Options saw hundreds of millions in day one volume, the most bets on Bitcoin doubling by December 20th. This is what I was just talking about. Now, will that play out? I'm not sure if we're going to get 180,000, but I'm here for it if we do. Let's be a little more conservative. Let's say, so, like I said earlier, it's somewhere in the 110 to 130 range. I think is very doable in the next month. That's not a major move. Why do I say that? How could that be? Because when we come back over here and we look at Bitcoin's price, and we see that from the election, we are up 41%. And this isn't the matter of how many days is this? So 15 days. So 15 days, we've moved up $27,863. Well, let's go ahead and double this. Let's go right here, copy, paste, and we're going to move this like this. We're going to measure this out. Where is my measuring tool? Right here, I think. Yeah, date range. Boom. Now let's go from this date right here all the way to December 20th. That would be 29 days. That would be twice as many days. A 41% move from here would put us up at $134,000. $134,000. If we did the same dollar total, let's actually make it a little bit smaller. Let's do 20,000. If we make a $20,000, this would be half the move. So 41%, this is only 21%. This would put us at $115,000 in a month. Now you can see how things are starting to heat up, and when trends start to heat up, FOMO kicks in, not only for retail, but institutions as well. And now everybody, people are starting to become aware of this arms race for Bitcoin. So there's a lot of things possible. At the same token, we're going to show some data that there is a little cause for concern. We still need to protect ourselves and not just ape into everything on high leverage, because we are coming into a level that our boy Kevin Svensson had talked about months ago in a potential washout that could really mess some people up. And we'll talk about that here in a few minutes. We got 275 people in the room, and I'm here for each and every one of you. I love you. I appreciate you. Short round. How you doing? Green Day Profits, man. For those of you that don't know, Green Day Profits set up a fantasy football league and there's a bunch of us influencers in there that are playing, and I am getting my ass absolutely handed to me. I just had I think a 7 or 8 game losing streak, and I just finally won this game this last week. There's no chance of me even entering the playoffs, but in the other league I'm in with my family, I'm number 1. So it's just funny how those things shake out. But thanks to Green Day Profits for putting that together. It's fun to play with everybody. Now, getting back into what we want to talk about, because this is getting this is so damn exciting right now. Coming in here, Michael Saylor, check this out on Warren Buffett. They are destroying $3 billion a month in shareholder capital. They are generating 3% after tax yield at best. And the cost of capital is 15%. Take 12%, a bunch of numbers. This is the important part. If I had an hour alone with Buffett in a calm environment, I'd walk out and he'd say that this Bitcoin thing is a pretty good idea. Charlie would have liked it, and we're going to buy some. This is going to be probably one of the biggest cataclysms for the US dollar. But no, this is going to be one of the best ringing endorsements ever. I would argue even more than Apple buying. If Warren Buffett changes his tune on Bitcoin, but then you also have to understand his investment is so wrapped in the US dollar in terms of how everything else in his portfolio is positioned, that I do think he needs to be, he's probably because of that a little bit, being a little bit careful about this. But to that point, Warren Buffett, although he's not holding Bitcoin to our knowledge, he is a major investor in a couple different things like Nubank. I think it's called Nubank or New Capital. I think it's Nubank. That is a Bitcoin facing banking company. So he is getting some tangential exposure to Bitcoin. But if this were to happen, Michael Saylor, I think even a story of their meeting would probably send prices running to the upside. So let's just pay attention to that, because this is going to be the name of the game. This evolution that we're already in the middle of is going to be the dominoes falling one after another, bigger and bigger over the next 3 to 5 years. And I think we're going to see a lot of it starting to happen this year. So let's stay tuned for that. And I said this, go Bitcoin, go. Michael Saylor to present Microsoft. He's going to be presenting to the Microsoft board. Remember, they have that shareholder meeting December 10th. Michael Saylor is now also going to be presenting to that board about buying Bitcoin. So it's not just a bunch of guys in a room that some people know it, some people don't. There's ignorance. No, Michael Saylor's going to be presenting to the board. And considering the fact that MicroStrategy is the best performing asset, guys, hold on to your butts. Because look at this. What a time to be alive. MicroStrategy is the most traded stock and up 15% on a day when most stocks are down. The playbook that MicroStrategy has laid out right now, you cannot ignore it. Even if you thought Bitcoin was a stupid thing, you can't ignore the numbers on the board. Got to let go of the cognitive dissonance. And then here we go. Bitcoin 94K. Let the FOMO cycle begin. This is that middle band here that look at this. Finding resistance, support, resistance. We're right at this. The next wave up is potentially attacking somewhere in this region up in here. And this is what we are in for. And if you've been stacking, congratulations, because this is so damn exciting. And what did we cover yesterday on this channel? I talked about this, I believe it was yesterday. The USDT Tether net flow. This is before that big move that just happened. Hit over at 1.8. Inflow of stablecoins onto exchanges, aka preparing. Let me deploy it out of my wallet into an exchange where I can buy some crypto. This was a leading signal for us that some buying pressure was coming into the market. And what do we see? What do we see in the last, let's go ahead and double click on this. We just see this kind of melting to the upside. Oh, is it crashing right now? No, this is just taking the stairway to heaven. It's preparing for that big move. And we can see also with the liquidity on the charts that we're kind of getting that sort of equal range of basically the short side liquidation, free liquidity in the market above us, and a little bit to capture below us. Maybe we come down and capture this down here into the 93.6, 93.5 sort of zone. But we're going to have to pay attention, because we are on the precipice of freaking greatness, everybody. And this is what I was talking about. Kevin Svensson, our boy, friend of the channel, friend of mine. And this person right here, Mojo Mobo, good friend of mine, one of the smartest people I know, the best entrepreneur I've ever known and worked with individually. He's obviously very big in crypto now. He actually runs a whole crypto community and crypto project called Mojo Heads, as well as the Mojo Universe. And this guy, he's trading MicroStrategy options, so on and so forth. But I said, here, my boy Kevin dropping alpha, another dear friend of mine, sharing great points here. Be cautious. And that's what this Bitcoin hit 94K. Of course, we just almost hit 95K now, but completing the descending broadening wedge target we set months ago. While bullish momentum remains, caution is warranted as volatility could increase if the uptrend line breaks. Despite reaching 94K, Bitcoin's parabolic trend suggests more upside. So yes, we're excited, but we need to be cautious. With 124K as the target, the next major target, short-term dips or corrections into the 80s are likely. This is that thing that I think is going to jack so many people up because you're going to get triggered emotionally. I've had this target on here for some time, and let's not forget this right here. We still have this major CME gap that is here 78 to 80. I am of the opinion it's probably not going to be filled. I'm okay if it does. These tend to get filled though. These gaps tend to get filled. I'm of the opinion that if we do drop, it's going to be something that really commits people to going short, only to leave you hanging out to dry, not able to get this, just being a massive bear trap before a launch. If that happens, because it's the bullish fuel on the fire is just, it's so strong right now. It's hard to really look at bearish likelihoods. Creating potential buy the dip opportunities for long-term gain. Okay. Base 4 in Bitcoin's parabolic curve could bring sideways action and volatility before another push up. What you all need to realize, as exciting as this is, we have seen periods in Bitcoin's history where price pushes up and gets you excited. It drops down, gets you scared, pushes up. This could go on, all the way into the end of the year. What if we don't break 100K by the end of the year? Is that the end? Does that mean we're at the top? I think that is very far from likely, but we very well, remember, we just went through a 7-month period of price action, just completely ranging and just rearranging people's futures. A lot of people made life-changing money here. A lot of people stacked in here, and a lot of people had a lot down here and they messed it up here. And now they're like clamoring, basically, as Crypto Face calls it, kamikaze trading, because you're so mad you longed here and then you got stopped out. So you lost money here and you went short, then you went here and you went long again, and then you got stopped out. Then guys, don't mess this up. So let's go ahead and continue on here. And this is the interesting thing. The average Bitcoin cycle starts 170 days after the halving. This is something that we lined up and we've been talking about since that magical date on April 19th. This right here. And on this chart, I outlined this box right here. I said, this is where I did this back here. Throw a 1 in chat if you guys remember me talking about this. As soon as this happened right here, I discussed a potential somewhere between 150 and 180 days, and the price would break out. So I outlined this box from this date, and look at this. We sold off into it, actually formed a higher low, actually starting the substantial sort of groundwork for the next move up. And look, we pumped up into it, kind of consolidated, ended up this entire period, a little bit of a retest here, and then launch. We nailed this, everybody. We nailed this. And if you've been paying attention, if you've been locked in here with BitLab, if you've been locked in with Discover Crypto, Blockchain Basement, we have been keeping you on the right side. We brought ONDO to you. We brought Aerodrome to you way early on, right back in like February. That's why when you come over here to this altcoin portfolio, I've already taken huge profits on Aerodrome. So you see how this says up 3,000? Let's kind of come over here. Let's go all. So we took like $10,000 out of this, rolled it over into other altcoins. When price action dropped back down, we added more back into this, got back in. That's why the average buy is 55 cents. We're up to $127. Sorry, $1.27 in terms of the price that it's at today. And we're just up massively on this, and I expect this to go so much higher. We've also talked to, Near has been one of the best performers in their portfolio. BitTensor, we brought to you, had a major drop right after we brought it in. We added some more to that position, and it's only, been pushing up since then, a little consolidation. But guys, I'm so excited about what's coming. But this is that same thing. Starts 170 days after halving, peaks 480 80 days after having, we are currently 214 days, meaning we may have another 200 days of predominantly upside price action. The question is going to be, are we going to have a cycle that looks more like, I don't know why this does this every time. There we go. Are we going to have a cycle that looks more like 2013, like this? This is what I think we're going to get, by the way. I really do. Or is it going to be just a melt up like this? Or is it going to be something like this? Or is it going to be something entirely different? I really do think that we're going to have a substantial push up that's going to catch none of you, but so many people out there in the world, the normies, all those normies, right? We are not normal. We are abnormal as a mother here, stacking in before the world said it was okay because we saw something they didn't, and we are going to benefit majorly because of it. Now, I do think we're going to get a massive move up in this market. Let's come over back to Bitcoin. I think we're going to get a massive, let's actually go to a clean chart. BTC USD. Let's go down to Kraken right here. It's not the one I want to look at. BTC USD. Let's go to Bitfinex. Let's go ahead, delete that. All right. So I think if I had to guess how this is going to play out, look, we already have some levels drawn up in here and it's getting right towards them. But if I had to guess how this is going to play out, it would be something like this, where the price action kind of comes, we get the move up, we get consolidate, we continue moving up. That's way too far. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to draw a box here just so I can outline this perfectly. All right, so I'm just going to draw it and then adjust it. All right, where are the dates? So this is February. I would say something like this. Now let's double click. Let's change the color, or just like that, border. There we go. So I think in this time period right here, from March into, this is all the way into May. Let's make this a little more narrow. In here, I think this is where we're going to get a basically mid-cycle peak that's going to wreck a lot of people, because they're not going to understand it. And what I mean by that is a mid-cycle peak like this, sell off, reset, and then this massive continuation up. So this is what I think is going to happen. But the only problem with this theory is if we get into, let's say, February, and let's say the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve was an executive order on the first day, January 20th, and it's on the floor and then it's voted and it's, 100 days into office, somewhere in that February, March, that could change this and just make this be like this. But I do think this is likely going to be the most likely scenario. Looking at price action, pushing up, God damn it. There we go. Pushing up, coming back, pushing up, coming back. That's way too high though. Let me go like this. God damn. Okay. There we go. So, oops. Pushing up. And then I think we will get a little bit of a sell-off around the end of the year, and then pushing up like this. And then push up a little more into this, and then have a pretty big sell-off all the way back down to here, somewhere in this sort of $100,000 to $115,000 range. This, if I had to guess, this is going to be what's most likely, and everybody's going to think it's over. So they get out and they're going to expect this massive opportunity lower, and it's just not going to allow it. I think the buying pressure is going to come in, and then it's going to, consolidate a bit, and then just absolutely just moon beyond people's wildest comprehensions. Who's not paying attention? But when we're looking at this right here, I mean, look at where we're at. This is a 2013. This happened much earlier, much smaller market cap, but we got that major push up, pretty big setback, and then a major back push up. Similarly, if we just look at these previous two cycles, this is 2017, this is 2020. We still have so much room to go. And this is, guys, we have on a time basis, we have it on everything that is doing most upside, XRP 2, ONDO 3, near. I think I would go between ONDO and near. It's hard to say which one, but that's why I hold both ONDO and NEAR. Continuing on, what do we got here? Jesse Olson says 95,000 Bitcoin. The short squeeze continues. I'm still seeing bears talk about shorting Bitcoin. Just because an asset is overbought doesn't mean it won't continue to be overbought. And remember, this overbought terminology people use, and I'm not calling him out. Jesse's one of the best traders I know. But a lot of people see that and they don't understand. Overbought is just a characterization that we put on it. If we come over here, let's go to the traditional, like right here. So you see here on the RSI, some people go, oh, it's above over 70. The RSI is overbought. This means that the strength, the relative strength of the underlying buying and participation is very strong. You can remain up here. This is on the daily, but you come up here on the weekly and you notice, look at this. From May 2016, we had the moves back down, but this just persistently came up into this zone from May all the way through to, I mean, the next year, January. A lot of strength up here. This is showing a lot of strength. And look, we're just now entering this zone right here. So let's see what it looked like right here. Option V. Okay, option V. And we're going to do right here. Option B. Now let's look at the price action once. Look at this. This, you see how the RSI is just getting above that level we marked? Look at where price, look at what price did following that. Look at what price did. Look at what price did. We're entering the strength zone. We're entering the momentum. Let's ride this rocket ship zone right now. So let's not worry about this overpricedness. If overbought, if Bitcoin hits similar targets as Master is a little bit, it's got a bit of a NAV premium on it, meaning it's kind of outperforming because people are looking at this in a way like a sort of sensible leveraged Bitcoin play because you're buying MicroStrategy and MicroStrategy continues to buy more shares. So in ways you're getting somewhat diluted because they're continuing to offer more shares or convertible debt loans, all kinds of stuff, but they're buying a relative exponential amount of Bitcoin. So you're getting more exposure to Bitcoin over time through owning MicroStrategy. It's like a leverage. It's almost like a leveraged ETF play. But if you look at this, if Bitcoin hits similar targets as Master has, the way it's performed, then we could see price hit 105,000 and then 123,000 in the near future. This is in line with what we were talking about earlier about the options, the IBIT options. And now we have more options that are going to be available on Fidelity and Grayscale, so on and so forth. But those are suggesting that we may get I don't know why the microphone just switched there. Did the microphone still sound okay, everybody? For some reason, it switched off my headphones onto my MacBook mic. So hopefully it still sounds okay. Let me know in the live chat. But the options are suggesting the IBIT could double in price by December 20th. MicroStrategy suggests that we could have this, maybe not a doubling, and I think this is probably somewhere more in the field of likelihood in the near future. So let's get back down to that and look at this and see here that, I mean, even going to, let's actually go over to other chart here. Boom. All right. 103,150. This is a target we have that we measured here on this move right here. We can do it just kind of like this if we want to make it a little bit more. We see the breakout, 102 to 105 sort of thousand. That would be in line with what we're saying. I think this would be a little bit muted, and I'm talking about between now and like December 20th. I think we do have the potential. Remember, once we break $100,000, we have the best mass marketing we've ever seen for any asset ever, because it's still blowing people's minds that price can be this high. And you here that are watching and participating here in BitLab Academy, you know that the price, and I've talked about this, I think price is so undervalued right now because of the bullish onslaught of capital channels and appetite and government participation. The price is not expensive here. The price, we're at the best risk-adjusted buy opportunity we've ever been because of how much backing Bitcoin has now, from Wall Street to governments to, I mean, guys, I think that once we pass 103, 105, I think that's when things start to get really exciting. We're going to have to watch this closely on a daily basis. Guys, I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, let's look at this. So here's MicroStrategy. It hit his targets, the 618, the 172, the 3, and beyond. And look at where we're at right now, kind of following a very similar trajectory. It's kind of I don't want to say lagging behind, but in a way lagging behind what we saw MicroStrategy did. But we'll see. You know, the 272, which this just sliced through, that's 105. The 3, with which this also sliced through, this would be conservative compared to what we saw in MicroStrategy. That'd be $123,000. So, guys, gals, friends, countrymen. Now let's do some TA on some altcoins. I do want to say before we move on, an incredible way. I want you all to protect yourself. I want you all, if you want to help participate in supporting this channel, it also helps us out. Head over to nordvpn.com/BitLab. Again, that's Nord, N-O-R-D, vpn.com/BitLab. Sign up, get a VPN, protect your identity, protect your making sure that you don't have your identity stolen, your bank accounts hacked into, your crypto. This is one of those mechanisms. I think every single person that's navigating the internet, doing anything financially whatsoever, you need to have a VPN. NordVPN.com/BitLab. You get 4 months free extra when you sign up for this. So make sure you do that. And of course, make sure you are protecting yourself with the best crypto cold storage solution out there. Head over to getarculus.com. Protect your crypto, protect your future. Use code BITLAB20, BITLAB20, BITLAB20 for 20% off. One tap, total security. You have biometric lock, numeric PIN, and you have the Arculus card that you tap with your phone for quick access to transact, store, trade your crypto. Make sure you head over to getarculus.com, use code BITLAB20 for 20% off. And you're doing a great it's a great way to help support the channel as well. And then, of course, you can't forget, we got that free traders group. We're about to do some TA, so just stick with me here for a second. We got the links right here. Join our free traders group right here. We have trades in and out all day long, signals, setups, take profits, all of it. It's free. All you have to do is click on this link right there. If you are tuned in over here on YouTube, on Twitter, the links are right here below. I put it in the comment here. You can sign up for the free traders group right here. If you want the full 120 lessons, courses, all that, you can head over to lab.bitlabacademy.com/deal. This deal that we have here is going to be, it's going to be closing once we break past $100,000. I just want to make sure you guys had one last chance to get in on that while you could. Now, I mean, you'll always be able to sign up, but with this, you get 15 days free for the Discord, and then also over 30% off for the life of your account. And if you want to upgrade, get the indicators that we're always using here on a daily basis that have been giving us such great calls, as well as the 120 lessons. You can upgrade. It's when you sign up for the Discord, it's the next page. You can upgrade there, and you also, it's like 30 something percent off that as well. Now, continuing into what we want to talk about we want to look at these altcoins, baby. We want to see what's going on, because the others right here, everything excluding the top 10, meaning, again, reminder here, when we're looking here, this is organized by the size of the market cap, meaning how much money is in this asset. 1.8 trillion, 372 billion, 128 billion. Man, Tether's getting up there. A lot of money to be deployed. 111 billion for Solana, BNB 87 billion, XRP 62 billion. This is what we're looking at, excluding all of these top 10, looking at the market caps of all of the other crypto out there. This gives us a great metric on what the altcoin market is doing. And we've been talking about this for some time because we had this falling channel. We saw the breakout, this roundingness. We got it. The retest now launched. Look at this spring. Oof, it's like a trampoline pushing up. Where? Right to the area we marked out months ago. It's almost as if we know what we're doing here when we're looking at these markets. Now, as this is pushing up, this does not mean it's just absolute breakaway zone right now. This does, we do have the potential to have, if we do get that spillage on Bitcoin, we do have a potential to have a little bit of a washout on altcoins. So pay attention to that. That shouldn't scare you. That should make you say, hey, if we get a washout, then that means I get another opportunity to buy things at prices before we never see them again. That means opportunities are going to be present that are coming in. So let's pay attention to if that happens. If this does break out of here, we're watching for this, something like this that comes up. And once we clear this zone, it is blue sky heaven and these altcoins that you've been holding of just absolute rippage. So do not mess this up. When we look at the total, you see on total, we broke. That's not it. The total right here. I knew that wasn't it, because I know on total, we've broken to new all-time highs. Oops. On total, you can see Previous all-time high here. We just now breaking through. Now, why is the others so far below? You see, this is the all-time high for all the altcoins. We are pretty damn far below, and that's because Bitcoin takes the largest market share. We're about 60, so it's actually about 30. It's not going to be the inverse of that. Come on. About 36% below the all-time high for our altcoins. Whereas when we look at the total market cap, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all your alts, we are breaking to new highs. And that's because Bitcoin is in price discovery. And Bitcoin, remember, Bitcoin makes up, what is this? 59.9% of the market for the entire crypto market cap. The $3.12 trillion, almost 60% of that is Bitcoin. So that's why the total is breaking out to new highs. The others, your altcoins, still have so much room to rip. And we can see this because when we look at like Ethereum, for instance, Ethereum, beautiful. We're on the 3-day. Let's get down to the 4-hour. We got a beautiful bull pennant here, which if this does start to move, this is going to be freaking monstrous because this is going to signal with alts that it's time to pack your bags. It's time to hide your kids, time to hide your wife, because this is about to go and change lives. If this does break out as it is predicted, this is going to be taking us up. Basically, coming up on attacking near previous all-time highs, breaking past this high right here, this $4,000 mark, which would be great. If this pushed up here, had a little bit of a pullback, basically confirmation of the move, and then the launch, that would be freaking fantastic. And so many people, I think, are counting out Ethereum. I think Ethereum is absolutely, the institutional money will be flowing in to Ethereum for sure. New ETH Bitcoin cycle lows. Yes, Peter, John Lurham. Let's look at ETH to Bitcoin. Golly, this is just, I call this providing opportunities. Why was it so small? There we go. Double click here. Just look at that. Breakdown, retest down, retest down. This is, I don't think this is going to continue bleeding forever, but you have to know what you're doing for your portfolio, because this could go quite a bit lower. And this is ETH value as it's related to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts just ripping and the money's not yet flowing into ETH, even if price is starting to flow up slowly, this could still fall. You need to understand what you're doing in this market so you can make sure that you're best prepared for what's going on. But when we look at ETH, on the ETH to US dollar pairing, this does look like it potentially setting up for a move to the upside. However, if we get that spill in the markets, I wouldn't be surprised if this came back and tested the zone back down here. I do think that this would struggle. This really is going to try and hold this $3,000 mark, which is also this 382 on the fib. If we do lose that, I do think we're coming down to about $2,800. But I am leaning way more bullish in terms of possible scenarios here. I'm just watching this VWAP here that is angled up and it's starting to roll back over down, that we may get a bit of a fake out before we get a move. Now, when we come down and we look a little bit deeper, we look at ONDO. We talked about this, came right up into the zone that we've had marked out for quite some time. And guys, Bad Fox, great comment there. He said the negative sentiment on ETH means it's about to blow. I do agree. I think it's going to be rocking some worlds. Even XRP, even me, I was a bit of a naysayer in XRP, and look at this move. XRP, giant bull flag. Look at this move. Where's my marker? Giant move to the upside here. We got a bit of a bull flag right here. We can actually just draw it out, Option T, kind of boom, just very quick, very crude drawings here. You see, now if this is the case, are we about to get a rippage on XRP? Let's be conservative, because you could do it from all the way down here, but let's do it from, because this is a bit of a bull flag here. We'll do it from this point right here. We'll be a little conservative to err on the side of caution. Target, look, I did not, this is just happening organically here, but look, the target breakout goes right to the, you can't make this up. That target is right to almost a cent of the $2.618, $1.85. That would be, and there's, we saw some great discussions between two community powerhouses out there, XRP, Cardano, Jed McCaleb, Brad Garlinghouse, Dave Schwartz, Charles Hoskinson meeting discussing the new midnight upgrade on Cardano. Is there going to be some integrations between the two platforms, between the two protocols, I should say? But this is phenomenal. But do note, if this does break down, I would like to see this hold $1. Otherwise, I think a fear can come back very deeply and very quickly into XRP. If this can hold here and push up, I'm really watching this 1.618, $1.29. This is going to be a key level to pay attention to. And then this 1.786, the $1.38. And then, of course, if this just gets the rippage going, then this is what we're looking at. If we scroll down just a touch and we look at Cardano, just look, bull flag, bull flag. See these consecutive bull flags? Little bull flag here, little bull flag here, breakout, little bull flag here, breakout, getting larger. Now a little bit more consolidation. And where did we come up to? We came right up to this previous range top that we've had outlined for some time. Some moves. I don't know why my headphones keep oscillating back and forth between the mic and my headphones. So I hope the audio is not changing every time that's doing it. My computer just keeps changing between mics. So I do apologize for that if anything's changing on there. What do you think about meme coins? Joe B says, I think meme coins, I get so frustrated with meme coins because I don't like covering meme coins on this channel because I don't want to get people wrecked. Meme coins are a lottery ticket. However, because there's 5,000 to 8,000 meme coins a day that are made. However, I do think there's going to be a huge amount of liquidity that's flowing into meme coins over this next year, especially with the fact that somebody made comment. I don't know if it was on this channel or on Discover Crypto earlier. Retail's in a very interesting position right now with a lack of money in bank accounts, with near record level debt on credit cards. And the mass adoption that's coming, a lot of it's going to be of the middle to lower middle to even lower class. I'm talking socioeconomic. I'm not like making a judgment on people. I'm talking about money available to spend. And I think there's going to be a very lottery ticket mindset there and unit bias where people aren't going to come over here and see Bitcoin is a great investment. With my $200, I can get 0.0001 Bitcoin. People come over here and they go, oh my God, I can get, Shiba Inu. It's, there's, let's see, million, billion, 589 trillion coins. But look at the price, 0.000024. That means if you have $100, you get a huge number of tokens. I think that unit bias is really going to see a lot of money flow into meme coins. And I'll bring on our buddy Rodney, who's our and also DJ Alpha Taco, because I do think there's a place for memes, but I really want to encourage you all not to just think you're going to throw in $10,000 and then make life-changing money, because it could happen, but it's such a low probability because of the number of meme coins that are out there. And if you're able to catch the move and take profits before those things die. So yeah, I'll bring on our meme coin guests a little more often because I do want you guys to get good alpha on that, and it's not my strong suit. I'm focused on when we're looking at this market. I have my watch list right here. I'm focused on the broad range of the ecosystems out there: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, which I don't hold any, and I kind of feel stupid for whatever reason it didn't hit my zeitgeist. But then we got Cardano and Avalanche and Chainlink, Polkadot, Neo. I mean, there's so many great projects in here. It's hard to even pick what you're going to position in your portfolio. So just to make the note of that, even on this altcoin portfolio that I have that I've been stacking with you all, because I don't have some of these coins that are in this watch list, it doesn't mean I like them less or more. It's part of the function of when you're stacking into a portfolio, you have a limited amount of capital that you have to figure out how you're going to get what you feel like is going to be the best exposure to the market, but also things that you care enough about to focus on the diligence of. And understanding that, ONDO, real world asset play, Chainlink, and everything play at this point. Avalanche is a layer one that's somewhat competing with Near Protocol, right? But then we have BitTensor, which is DePIN and AI. And then you have Render, which is the sort of DePIN, in some ways, the infrastructure play for all of AI. In the fact that it's a graphics GPU, decentralized GPU processing power. But then I have a higher risk play, even though I have Render, I have a higher risk play, which is in the same field, which is Aether, much smaller market cap. I mean, look at this market cap here, 241 million versus Render, which is where's it at? 4 billion. So there could be a lot more X gains, a huge amount more gains I could have on Aether, but Aether might, because it's a higher risk play, it also might fail. That's why I have, much less money, about 25% as much money as I have in Render. And then, a variety of other different things. It's a very tricky right now. And I do want to say the time is not past. We are at the edge of the cliff, but the moves you're going to be making that to really capture the most gains over the next, you should have been doing this over the last 6 months. You've had 7 months to do it. We're on the cusp of that sort of final move, which is going to be a multi-month move. And I think it's going to be 2 multi-month moves, but you want to get your position portfolios situated and then let the horses do the work and have your exit strategy to rotate profits out of the riskier plays. For instance, we come back over here, riskier play, down here, Delicium, Polytrade, if Moonwell, they're riskier because they're much smaller market caps, right? If they 2x, 3x, 4x, I should be taking money out of those at minimum, the initial investment, the amount that you put in initially, and rotating that into stronger plays, more substantial, position plays like Bitcoin or larger cap coins. Or if you're at that end of the market, or if you have something in your life you need to pay for, you don't take it out of something, you want to be strategic about how and when you're taking profits and why, and what asset or asset classes you're rotating them into. And sometimes you are the asset class. Sometimes you need to take money out of the market, because why are we in this market if we're going to be making money and we're not addressing the things in our life to make them better, to take advantage of taking our wife or girlfriend, brother, sister, family on a trip, paying for a wedding, medical bills. It doesn't matter. If you just have number go up and you never affect your life positively, then you're only playing the stress game. Know that. Many alts are back to March prices, so you're not late. There you go. Bad Fox always in here with the drop in the alpha. Big love to you, Miss Bad Fox. But guys, the markets are, not only are they getting exciting, they've been exciting. If you've been on the sidelines, you're at the cusp now of being somebody that's buying. This is mostly exit liquidity. We're getting into that exit liquidity phase. Now, you can still do very well in this market. Alts haven't yet had their day, but Bitcoin, you're getting into this exit liquidity phase, and you have to know that. Meaning you're going to be buying from somebody that's taking profits from much lower in the market. Now, so long as you buy this, if you understand you need to have your exit strategy or have a long-term time horizon, you're still going to be fine. But we got to be here on a daily basis, here in BitLab Academy, here in the Discord, here in the Signals Lab, here on the live streams, here in the member streams, doing this together. Tune in here, everybody, on a daily basis. I love you all. I appreciate you all. We got 464 people in the room. I really do want every single one of you. I want all your that rising tide raises all ships. I do this because I lost so much money in previous cycles, and I learned so much from that. And I've changed my life with what I'm doing in this market. I've changed. Hopefully, I'm giving you at least one lesson, at least one thought, at least one thing of encouragement a day here. We're here on a daily basis. We're live streaming here on YouTube. We're live streaming on the Twitter. And today, I just thought, you know what? I don't need the great camera. I don't need the studio. I'm traveling, but I had to come to you. I'm here with just my MacBook webcam, my AirPod microphone, but it's all about the charts, everybody. It's all about doing this together. With that, I think that's all we got for today. I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to be heading over to the blockchain basement. Let me see. I don't even have it open. We're going to be heading over to the blockchain basement now. As a family, let's go in there, drop some BitLab. Just everybody go into the blockchain basement live chat. We're going to go in there together and say, BitLab fam loves you. Let's go. Let's go and spam that over there in the blockchain basement live chat. BitLab fam loves you. Let's go. Say all those words. It'll be fun in there just to show the strength of the community. But with that being said, let's head over to blockchain basement and we're going to wrap this out. So with that, that's all I got. Adios, muchachos.